Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teach well. Peace and blessings to the elect out there that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. I saw this video. I think I think I got it from a couple brothers, honestly, in different apps, text message and group chats and all that. This video is a re-uploaded video, but I couldn't even find it on RT. But anyways, I'm sure people have heard the news. December 10th, that's when YouTube's terms and conditions are going to change, and they're going to shut down pages. As the title says, starting December 10th, YouTube will completely shut down pages deemed unprofitable. Or I think the technical term in the article that they released was commercially viable. If they were not commercially viable, then they're just gonna, they can get rid of, your account wholly or limit your account. And, it's within every right of, YouTube or Google to do so. Concerning that law passed back in February of 2019, or no, 2018. February of 2018. That law passed. That was a net neutrality repeal. So, anyways, I'm gonna play this, get a few scriptures, make a little commentary here and there, and Lord willing, it's edifying.
YouTubers beware. Beginning December 10th, your channel could be removed, access revoked, and effectively banned at the sole discretion of YouTube, which of course is owned by Google. A new terms of service was sent out by the video platform just a few days ago, and in it, there's a line that reads, YouTube may terminate your access or your Google account's access to all or part of the service if YouTube believes in its sole discretion that provision of the service to you is no longer commercially viable. Ominous words there. So for more on this, let's turn to investigative journalist Ben Swan. Okay, Ben, so that sounds kind of sketchy to me.
It's very sketchy.
YouTube gets to be the sole decision maker, or in the words of George W. Bush, the decider,
right,
on whether or not someone's channel can stay up.
Sure.
But
which they've always been.
How do they define, though, commercially viable?
Well, that's what's interesting about this. The terms of service, and by the way, YouTube had sent out an email to content creators previous to this that kind of laid out some of the new terms of service. This was, interestingly, omitted from that email. It was not included in there. And so now that it's been spotted, it's getting a lot of attention, and YouTube's like, it's not a big deal. It's a very big deal. And the reason it's a big deal is because essentially what YouTube is saying is that if your channel does not make money, we can take it down because we can't advertise on it. Okay, that's the first issue. But the second issue is, and this is what no one else is talking about, is that YouTube has been on a mission essentially for the last couple of years of demonetizing channels, right? Mm-hmm. They don't outright.
Yeah, and that's true too. Ever since YouTubers started becoming millionaires off of YouTube, they've been practicing demonetization. They'd start giving YouTubers strikes if they for little things like cussing, and then if and whatever they deemed that wasn't worth monetizing, not putting ads on YouTube videos. That's what monetization is like. If it's if Google deems it worthy of monetization, then they allow them to put an ad or two on the YouTube video, and each ad is 20 cents per 1,000 views or something like that. But they've been demonetizing YouTubers all across the board for some years now.
Right, ban channels, but they demonetize them, essentially saying that the content on your channel is not suitable for advertisers. Well, when you start getting those little flags on your channel that essentially say that your content, and by the way, my channel constantly gets these, that your content is not suitable for advertisers, not because it's violent, not because it's hateful, but because you talk about things that maybe their mainstream advertisers like pharmaceutical companies might
Sure.
not like. Now you're not suitable for advertisers. Well, now they've taken it a step further to say, and this is the way I'm reading this, if your channel is not suitable for advertisers, then we can take it down.
We're just going to
delete it completely.
So, like you said,
Yeah, and because under the terms of not being viable, commercially viable, is a broader spectrum than hate speech. You know, because they try to use that hate speech to give you strikes and you know take down your channel or suspend your channel for a given amount of time, um, and copyrights too. Um, you know, they're real strict on copyrights now. Like I think I saw this one YouTuber, he was like singing a song off key and he got hit with a copyright. You know, just bullshit like that. Um, but yeah, you know, because not being commercially viable is a broader term than hate speech, then they're going to be able to just straight up take channels down, right away, uh, if they deem them unprofitable, or really it's also to hide behind their own political agenda, which is getting rid of, first and foremost, Great Millstone, the Israelites, because ever since Great Millstone stepped on YouTube, people have been getting cut. And, recently I've noticed too, like, or over the years I've noticed that, my suggestions haven't been, suggesting Great Millstone videos. They've been, like they don't pop up in suggestions. And I remember, like, when I was in high school, my religion teacher was just like playing like a, church hymn song like on YouTube, and one of the suggestion videos, like a couple of them was, some Great Millstone videos. I was like, man, this word's getting out here, but now it's, getting retracted, which is part of prophecy. This is Amos 8:11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, power, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor a thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." All right, so hearing these words, hearing the Bible, isn't going to be permitted. All right, verse 12, "And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it." So when this does happen, people are going to realize, say, oh shit, like the famine of the word is happening. Like we got to find those Israelites and see what else is going to happen, but it's going to be too late. And to back that up, this is a precept, Ezekiel 33:30. "Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them." And this is referring to Israelites that know they're Israelites, and that will listen to the word, but they take it for entertainment. It says, "For with their mouth they show much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness." Because you got a lot of Israelites say Shalom, oh, and even know the name. They say Yahweh Shema Shabrakta, come by, salute brothers, do this and that and the third, but inwardly they go after their own covetousness. All right, they're still in the world, and they just think that being an Israelite is like a trendy thing to do, but that's not the right spirit to be in. All right, being an Israelite is putting Yahweh Shema Shai first, man. All right, and it says, "And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not." Taking it for granted, man. "And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet hath been among them." So, and if it's not evident now, man, it's gonna be too late, man. December 10th, that's less than a month away, man. And because once they realize, a prophet that hath been among them. That's why they're gonna, Amos 8:12, and they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even to the east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it, man. It's too late to apologize.
They're saying, oh, it's not a big change. A YouTube spokesperson
Right.
claims essentially that they're just making these tweaks to the TOS. They're not changing the way the platform works or how they collect data or changing any settings.
True.
But this broad language, provides an opportunity, Ben, for them to clamp down on free speech, doesn't it?
Well, it absolutely does. And they're right when they say we're not changing any, access to the site. We're not really changing any of the rules. It basically operates the way it always has. But what they are changing is the expectation. And here's the expectation. When YouTube came along years ago, over a dozen years ago,
yes.
The early adopters of YouTube were people who would go on there and say, look, I can't create content in order to, put this on broadcast television.
Right.
That's why it was called YouTube.
Right.
The whole idea was you can create a channel and you can create content.
Everybody
it can be funny, silly, serious, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And you can make these channels. What's interesting is since Google has bought it and the kind of the process Google has been in now for some time, not only do they significantly restrict channels, but they also have terms of service that make it increasingly difficult for content creators to create anything at all. So you have these certain channels, right? If you have over 100,000 subscribers to your channel, you can go to YouTube's studios and you can shoot your shows or your podcasts from their studios. But a lot of these new content creators don't have the ability to grow channels the way that they used to. And so the whole thing is gamed specifically for larger channels with large followings who create the kind of content that YouTube likes. They like gaming content. They like makeup tutorials. They like, like fun, silly stuff. Anything serious, anything newsworthy, anything that challenges the status quo, YouTube wants it gone.
They like.
Yeah, man, and that's really that's why one of the Rothschild family members, I can't remember which one, but he said something along the lines that the internet should have never been created because it allows too much truth to go on. Right? Ever since YouTube came out, there's been conspiracy videos, Illuminati videos, whistleblowers, and basically firsthand news stories coming out, man. Right from the camera. And really the purpose of the internet, why they did create the Most High allowed the internet to come out to push the truth. All right, but the reason why the Rothschilds wanted the internet is to distract the masses, just like the TV, video games, just another means of entertainment to distract the masses. But it kind of backfired on them. But with that
little boy that does all the toys, Ryan.
Kids who open boxes.
They like
love
Ryan.
That stuff. Yes.
Now back to the same argument that you and I have discussed over and over about Facebook, about YouTube.
That's right.
Is it a publisher? Or is it something else?
Right. Well, is it a publisher or is it a platform? If it's a platform, then you don't have the right to remove everyone from your platform, right? You are creating the platform. And I think you can make an ethical argument that says even if you are a platform and someone is creating content that is not commercially viable, the terms of service for YouTube have never been, can you make us money?
Yeah.
Essentially what you're saying as YouTube now is, that not only are we the lords of this space, right, but we're essentially creating a tax system, a taxation system, where if you create content that we deem as worthless or not valuable to us, we'll remove you and make room for someone else. Who does it harm for a content creator to be on there and not be able to make money?
Right. What if you're another 5-year-old that's not Ryan,
right,
and is unboxing presents or whatever,
and people don't watch your videos.
Like,
and what does that cost YouTube? It doesn't cost YouTube anything. So what this really is about, it's not about the people who are unboxing or who don't make money. It's about the next step in the demonetization strategy that says, first we demonetize information that we don't like, and the next thing we'll do is say you're not commercially viable, so it doesn't sound like they're politically biased, and they remove you for that reason, when in fact they're actually removing you because corporate overlords are saying to YouTube, we want them gone.
Yeah, and this country is run by corporate, like high corporates. Ever since technology started booming, technology took off so fast that it was hard to regulate it in the government law. So that's why Facebook, Google, Amazon. That's why they're able to basically collect so much data from people, and they're practically spying on you. All right, it's a what's the word? Fucking totalitarianism. All right, they know all your conversations that you have on their devices. They have all your footage that you've recorded, even the different apps. If you created content, you didn't even have to post it, but if you created the content from a certain app, then that data goes to their company, and they can do whatever they want with it. They can create algorithms to see what your next move might be. They detect patterns to get your daily schedule, whatever, man. But this has been in effect ever since they repealed the net neutrality, which was on June 11th. Slaki, I thought it was February. This is the repeal of the FCC's rule took effect, ending network neutrality regulation in the United States. And that basically what net neutrality was when it was in effect was it allowed, streaming or internet access to, big companies and little companies. But when they repealed that, they basically said that internet providers can favor, their partners or, for a fee, and and now their right is they're exercising their right. All right, Google is exercising their right to do that, to prioritize who they deem worthy of having an account, or by this term of commercially viable. So with that, hope this video was edifying, and once again, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Kakodash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect, sincere brothers of Israel out there, that's pushing this word in all truth and sincerity. So with that, hey man, get it while the getting is good, man. This word isn't gonna be out here so accessible, like that, Then, once again, this is another step closer to Yahweh Shai coming back. So this is good news, man. This isn't bad news. All right, hold thou fast what thou hast, so that no man take thy crown. I'll get that real quick. Matter of fact. It's 3 and 11. Oh well. Dang, man. Yeah, Revelation 3 and 11. Behold, I come quickly. This is Yahweh Shai talking. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. Alright? And that word fast, I always like to break that down. That word fast, that's where you get your word like fasten your seatbelt. Alright? Hold it fast, man. Tight. Grip onto this knowledge, man. Because, so one, that no man take thy crown, but but because of Isaiah, what is written in Isaiah 33:6 says, I'll read it down here. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. Because, hey man, when you know what's going on, you're a lot calmer, all right? And like we know the mark of the beast is coming. We know that we're gonna be demonized. A huge smear campaign is gonna be ran on anyone with a beard on them, on their faces, and remotely or closely can be pinned as a Hebrew Israelite. Um, and we know World War III is going to happen. We know Jacob's trouble is coming. We know nuclear missiles are going to be fired off after that, man. So with that, like you know what's going on. It's going to be keeping you stable because you're prepared of what's going to happen. It says the fear of the Lord is his treasure, right? And fearing the Lord is our treasure, man, because that's how we get wisdom and knowledge. Because we fear the Lord, we want to do what he says. Because we know of the prophecies coming, we want to be on the right side of prophecy and not be left here to be destroyed. But yeah, man, hold thou fast to what thou hast, man. Oh, and another thing too, even though we're at the end already, let's see. Wait for short days. Pretty sure it's I wanted the one in 2nd Ezra's. Yeah, 2nd Ezra's 2 and 13. It says, "Go, and ye shall receive. Pray for few days unto you, that they may be shortened. The kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch." All right, so there's 2 commandments written in that scripture. Pray that there be few days. Pray that this famine of word, starts happening more quickly. I hope I don't even get to post this video, all right, to be honest. Um, and it says watch. It says the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom is already prepared for you. Watch. And what are we watching for these prophecies to pop off, man? All right, stand upon that watchtower, just like a lifeguard at the beach, man, looking for sharks or huge tides coming in. That's how you're supposed to be in this truth. We're looking for those big prophecies. All right, we're looking for the small prophecies. So pray for short days. Hold on fast to what thou hast, and watch, man, and keep grinding. All right, because man, we're almost out of here, baby. Let's go. All right. So shalom.